Am I on? Yes. Let me see here. Boy, that's strange. I didn't think I was on. Good thing I didn't let slip something dodgy, sketchy. Okay. Okay, I got that. All right. So that answers my question. All right. So let me see who was here first. Remember, there are no prizes. Church Nelly, as I live and breathe. Thank you so much for being here. Connie Bomer! Hey, Connie Bomer. Um, Let me scroll all the way down. Let me see. Dansby is here. Patricia Smith. Brenda Gray. Cookies and Cream. What happened? Oh my goodness. I'm so sorry to hear that. Wow, I am so sorry. Wow. Oh, poor Cookies and Cream. Wow. I'm so sorry to hear that. Hey, VS. Okay, let me go all the way down to the absolute last. And Carolyn Teal. Thank you so much for being here. Oh, Susie Q. Marvin Cotto. Uh, okay, thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, people pouring in here fast. Okay. Oh, you know what? I got my microphone off to the side somewhere. All right, so as you guys see on the screen, Cookies and Creams lost their dad today. So make sure you guys send your prayers out. Thank you so much for telling us, Church Nelly. Okay. Oh, I need slides. I need slides. Okay. Yeah, I was working on something all the way to the last second. I had almost forgot about it. Okay. All right. So, oh, and by the way, well, give me a second here. Let me get my slides up. Hi, Marcy Foreman, Tinny. Let me see. Or I'm sorry, Tiny. What am I saying, Tinny? Okay. Oh, okay. Do it like that. That is so weird. My microphone was on already. Okay. I wonder what else you guys have had the odd sensation of listening to. Okay. Rosa Roberts. Hi, Rosa Roberts. So, there we go. Congratulations, Sussex Squad. You guys have done it. Over $100,000. Now, I did the math earlier. I think right now it's like 106. But I did the math earlier, and that comes out to about $50 on average per contribution. Of course, some people have donated more, some have donated less. But the thing is, you guys have donated. You have shown up and shown out again. And of course, the world is watching. As a matter of fact, there are articles, news stories right now in print about the contribution of the Sussex Squad. Or should I say, the generosity of the Sussex Squad. So thank you all very much. This is monumental. It is so incredible watching these numbers grow like that. As a matter of fact, let me take. Oh, okay. You know what? I think. Oh, there it is, right there. So let me see. 106. Let me refresh my page. Hot diggity dog. 107, 136. 107, 136, as Oprah would say. What else would she do? You know, something is a big deal when Oprah uses that voice. So, yeah. Again, congratulations is in order for the Sussex Squad. each and every one of you, especially those who have made contributions. And even if you could not contribute, the fact that you have shared it and, of course, that you followed it, all of that positive energy and prayers has made a huge difference. So I am in awe. I am just in awe. I'm like, look at God. Look at God. Okay. Get rid of that. Oh, well, I'll leave that one. I'm going to close a couple of screens here so my computer won't run so hot. All right. Okay. So there we are. Yes, congratulations is in order. Yes, yes, yes. Kaboom, kaboom. And oh, there it is. So this article was in the Geo. Is it Grio or Geo? Or was it the Metro? No, it's Geo News. Geo News. Meghan Markle and Prince Harry's supporters have raised thousands of dollars in collaboration with a charity to support the needs of children and the communities in Uvalde, Texas. Through the Archwell Foundation, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex have generously helped to support healing and bring joy back to Uvalde, Texas community, the Kaboom charity said. It added Sussex Community Events is happy to launch the Sussex Squad Kaboom fundraiser to celebrate the birthdays of Prince Archie and Prince Lilibet. The organization said it unites with communities and diverse partners to build play spaces in places where we know from data that access has been historically denied. Together, we work to ensure every play space reflects the unique needs, desires, cultures, and strengths of the community. The organization said it has collected more than $75,000 in honor of the birthdays of Archie and Lilibet. Of course, that must be a bit dated by now. The children of the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. The royal couple is based in California. After stepping down as working royals, they moved to the U.S. in 2020 with their son Archie and welcomed their daughter Lilibet in California. So there you go. Oh, no wonder. You know what, guys? What was I thinking? This is dated May 17th. That was weeks ago. Duh. What am I doing here? Anyway, I thought this one was to celebrate today, but anyway, the spirit of it carries. So there you go. But the point is, people know what we're doing, and that is very important. So, what is that, VS? The Rangers are upset. I responded to a squatty thread that given their faves is an early childhood development expert, they should be happy. Children, early childhood development will flourish. Absolutely. Absolutely, VS. You said it. They should be happy. I mean, of course, nobody can articulate it like the newly minted Princess of Wales, but then again, that very posh tone that she used is so advanced, is so luxurious, and so posh. I don't think anybody else could pick up on it. I have yet to figure out what she's saying. And of course, as usual, here at Royal Sussex, we have reached out to Kensington Palace to see if there was anything that the newly minted Princess of Wales might want to add to this great news.
Obviously, it'd be. I would love to have met her, and she's obviously she's an inspirational woman to look up to. Obviously, to this day, and going forward and things. It is. It's a wonderful family. The members who I've met have achieved a lot, and very inspirational. So yeah, I do.
Oh, I'm sorry. Uh, sorry about that. I wasn't eating anything, I promise. So next week, Prince Harry will become the most senior royal in modern times to step into the witness box as he sues Mirror Group newspaper over phone hacking and illegal intrusion into his private life. The publisher admits phone hacking once took place at its newspapers, but denies the Duke of Sussex was ever a target. The judge will examine in minute detail 33 samples story published in the Daily Mirror, Sunday Mirror, and The People, which is a part of that newspaper. You know what I mean? It's one of those magazines within the newspaper. Part of 100, part of 147 that the Duke of Sussex lawyer says were the fruits of illegal news gathering between 1996 and 2010. MGN has told the court that in the vast majority of the sample, it can show the story was legitimately sourced. The judge will decide who is right. In the case of 5 stories, however, it is not given a full alternative account and is telling Prince Harry to prove it. So this should be very interesting. And when they say the senior or the most senior royal, the senior most royal, I'm trying to figure out who the other royals were. I think they said one had to do with a card game and another one had to do with something else. But do you guys remember that there was that one prince that was in one of those houses? But it wasn't like, one of them kind of houses. It was a different kind of one of them houses. And that particular prince is the one they said had died from pneumonia or tuberculosis or something like that. But anyway, somehow he was alleged to have been in one of those. Archie Bunker called it a place of era fruit. And anyway, he was there to get his groove on. And anyway, I saw it on a documentary a long time ago. What an interesting case that was. But somehow, I think the term that they used at the time was the rent boy, changed his story or something like that. But wow, what a massive case that would have been. That just couldn't come out, especially not in those days. It would have been unheard of. So who knows? Probably a couple of people disappeared or was found a victim of Jack the Ripper or something like that. But they covered up that story fast. Anyway, so this is going to be interesting, and I hope everything goes extremely well and very favorable to Prince Harry. It's not without concern that he's going there, that's for sure. But I'm sure he'll be fine, and probably not likely to show up in a black taxi. But then again, maybe he will. I hope that they will come to their senses and make sure that he gets the proper protection while he's there. Let me see. Oh, Daisy says in Brazil it's 8 p.m., 4 hours for Prince Lily's birthday. Oh, you're 2 hours ahead of me. Wow, okay. Very cool. Okay. Okay, thank you very much. Sister Cece says, good evening, Baron, Church Nelly, Black Queen, and all the rest of those names up there. Thank you so much for being here with us. Okay, so the newspaper stories at the heart of Prince Harry's hacking claim, stories of the young prince and then the school days, right? Family matters, teenage partying, and girlfriends. All of those things will figure into the story. Oh, thank you so much for the PayPal, PH. And thank you for watching Royal Sussex. Happy Saturday to you. So yeah, those are the. By the way, this article is in the BBC. If you'd like to look at it further, it was on the BBC website. Now, oh yeah, you know what? This is not in order. Congratulations, Sussex Squad. We did it 100,000 K before Prince Lilibet's big day. I don't know how that got in between the two, but okay. But that's something I meant to share with you guys earlier. All right, moving on. A reminder to not only face your fears, but also study them thoroughly. That comes from the very wise Tyler Perry. In case you guys don't know it, Tyler Perry is actually working on his pilot's license. He used to be a flayed. Gosh, I sound like Barbara Walters. He used to be afraid to fly. But no, he used to be afraid to fly, but he's been practicing, or should I say, learning, getting his pilot's license. And before that, he was an RC pilot, those radio control planes, the miniature planes. He was flying those. As a matter of fact, you may have even noticed that there is an airstrip that's at his big house in, what is it? It's in Georgia, right? He has an airstrip, and there's like a he's got a airplane hangar for all of his miniature planes. I actually watched a video on YouTube. This one particular expert on those RC planes, which by now, of course, Tyler Perry is as well. He has like a permanent mechanic person that engineers all his planes for him. And and I'm going to tell you something that I think is really cool about Tyler Perry. He is so in tune with his surroundings. Instead of using, I guess it was propane or whatever they fuel those planes with, instead of using that, he's switched, or he is in the process of switching all of his miniature aircraft over to electric, because on those occasions when the plane crashed into the forest, he didn't want to cause a fire. And so if the planes are electric, then, that would limit the possibility of causing a fire anywhere surrounding his home, even on his own property. So that I thought was pretty outstanding. So a little advice from Tyler Perry. Now, this was something that the Sussex Squad, some of you all were on the Twitter today and pointed out this story here on the left side. New York City man indicted in April, car chase that injured 2 officers, destroyed dining structure. A man who allegedly led the police on a violent car chase through Midtown in April was indicted on multiple felony charges. Now, I remember that video because I watched it about 30 times. You see that structure on the left side of the left photo, that red structure? That is an outdoor dining area. And there was a couple who had just decided that they would eat inside. At first, they were going to dine outside, but they said, nah, let's go inside. And when the car was being blocked by the police and there was all of this fuss and everything, and I believe one of the officers actually tried to break the window, he drove the car on the sidewalk, and then the car managed to exit out the side of the structure, or the side that you can't see, the far side of it. And so that structure it seemed like it's intact, but it was pretty torn up. So yeah, of course, we all know there's no such thing as someone being involved in a chase on the streets of Manhattan. And then that reminded me of another story. And I don't know why I didn't think about this at the time when they were, denying everything that the Sussex representative said. But if you take a look there on the right side, crash course. Watch moments a Mercedes crashes into SUV before stealing 20,000 K from driver in New York City as suspect remain on the run. So that happened in broad daylight. And the black car that you see in the photo actually was up on the sidewalk and everything, and eventually T-boned that little Honda CRV or whatever. I'm sorry, Toyota Rav, is it Rav4? T-boned it, and then one of the people got out of the car, the passenger side, and I think he either broke the window or whatever. However, he got into the car and took the bag from the driver. How they knew this person was carrying, I believe it was $20,000 in cash. How they knew that was the case, I don't know. And there were people on the street. There were no pedestrians injured. However, it could have very well have resulted in a catastrophic accident. And as you can see, that happened September, I think it was September the 4th. And I think that report is on the 5th. But that happened last September. So, and that happened at a pretty high rate of speed as the person in RAV4 was trying to get away. And I saw the video from that. And one of the bystanders was standing behind one of the pillars of the building and, you know, kind of peeking around the corner trying to record this thing. And there was just people around looking and not a police officer in sight. The Mercedes got away, and I don't know that they ever caught the person. And there you can see a stunned bystander capture the moment a Mercedes pinned a Toyota before robbing this driver of $20,000. So this whole idea that every moment of every day there's nothing but bumper-to-bumper traffic in Manhattan is simply not true. B. Martin, thank you so much for the super sticker, and thank you for watching Royal Sussex. Happy Saturday to you. But yeah, so that is a couple of cases that happened recently that I guess people should be aware of. But then again, as we know, they're trying to downplay these events. And of course, I don't blame them for wanting to make sure that the city's image is upheld. But when something does happen, especially when someone is nearly lost their life, and that includes the pedestrians, you don't deny it and make like it's not true and try to make people out to be liars. That is very reckless and irresponsible. So one of the squaddies made this. Thank you, by the way. Well, those two people, Morgan and the other one, as you can see, the newest scandal at the world's most powerful firm is just a lost cause, but luckily they already lost their souls. And there you can see Philip's advocate. Evil has its winning ways. And that is the point. It seems as though they are going to get away with this. It really seems as though they're going to get away with this. I'm sorry. Leg says Taylor Swift was chased in New York City. Reported. Oh, really? I did not hear about that. Oh, okay. I am going to have to look into that. Thank you so much, Legs, for that info. I had no idea, but I'm going to have to look into that. And how about that situation that happened? Well, of course, it was in Paris, but when they robbed Kim K in broad daylight, they didn't seem to have the least concern, even in such a very, tawny area. They were not, please don't even get me started. I have seen several videos, like in Beverly Hills, where they will go to a cafe and relieve people of their possessions in broad daylight without any concern. And I saw one where a woman tried to she tried to flag down a car to get away from these people. And it's people are very brazen. And as Harry said, a lot of these photographers, these paps, they are not. By the way, thank you again, Legs. They are some pretty dodgy, shady characters. And if you ever see some of them, if you ever hear them talk, they sound like they just got out of prison. So I would not want to be followed by anyone, let alone someone who seems as though they just got out of the big house. So that's very jarring. And I would say anyone that even if you have the best of security, there's always got to be concerns, and especially I've heard many celebrities say, when someone is coming towards you, and especially when you have your children, you don't know what that person is up to. I actually ran into a celebrity one time, and this was when their sitcom was just starting. And I didn't watch it, but I thought the guy looked remotely familiar. And I said, "You're that guy from that television show, aren't you?" And he just kind of shrugged his shoulders, like, "Huh?" I tell you what, he's a good actor. And I said, "Oh, okay." And I didn't say anything else about it. But one of my coworkers, I said, "That was him, right? I didn't know his name." And they said, "It looks like him." And it was just the way he turned around and gave me this rather sly look on the way out the door that I'm pretty sure it was him. But he had a child with him. So I didn't, I don't even know if I had noticed the child until he turned around to leave. But that, as I'm thinking about it, I'm just like, in that moment, even though this was not a big celebrity at the time, their career was still rising. How must they have felt in that moment, especially with the responsibility of having a child with you? So that is something to think about. Alicia, let me see. Wait, don't help me. Geraldo, right? Or is it Geraldo? Geraldo, thank you so much for the super sticker, and thank you for watching Royal Sussex. Happy Saturday to you. Thank you so much for being here. But yeah, so that is like an experience I had with that. Has the car chase regarding Taylor Swift been reported on the news, or are they hushing this up too? Good. Thank you, Joyce Savos. I was wondering about that myself. It's like, how come I haven't heard anything about that? But chances are, and hey, let me tell you something. I've known of local television stations and newspapers doing a news block. Um, like when I saw a hotel one time barricaded, and I couldn't understand what was going on, and I finally asked the doorman, and he told me that the King of Jordan was staying there. There was no mention of it on television. There was no mention of it. It was a media blackout. So, people in the area definitely knew, but there was no mention of it in the papers and no mention of it on the news. So, there you go. That does happen, but not to say that that's the case with this situation. But Compton Caligal says, Barron and Beverly Hills, they are running out of stores with high-end merchandise. Beverly Hills police can't handle crime because they do the less work. Oh man, you know what? Where are any of us going to shop if they keep walking out of these stores with merchandise? Where will any of us shop? During the George Floyd period, I didn't have access to a few of my favorite stores because they had closed down. They actually, one of the grocery stores actually boarded up the windows And yeah, that was a very. I saw a pharmacy that was ransacked, and so people were without their pharmacy. And this was like maybe 2 or 3 weeks. We did not have services, and I'm just like, if that could happen now because of this, if there was ever like some type of, I guess, catastrophic event greater than that, what would we do? Where would we shop? That was scary. I couldn't even get food delivery. And this, well, I guess, yeah, it was during the pandemic, and then that. So that is a lot to think about. Thank you, Compton Galley Girl. Okay. What is that? 1960 says, let's just block the Rangers, please. They don't deserve or time, our time, that is, attention or brain cells. Let's not let them take our joy. And today is a joyous occasion. It's going to be Lily Diana's birthday tomorrow. I'd say amen to that one. Thank you so much for that reminder. But yeah, you guys, it is worth saying that we cannot let we've already, had enough of that kind of thing with the, oh, sorry, that was my, I just opened up another channel. But yeah, we suffered enough of that with the situation. With the what do you call it? With the, oh, okay, there you go. I'm trying to talk and pin that. Thank you so much. Lydia was thoughtful enough to put the Kaboom, so it's at the top of the chat. If you guys would like to go up there and click on it to make a contribution. Remember, Lily Diana's birthday is tomorrow. Also, if you can't do it now, if you go to the community tab, I posted an update there on the community tab. So that will be there permanently. So you can go there at any time and make a contribution like that. So either way. Okay. Okay. All right. All caught up. So yes. Anyway, as I was saying, it looks like they are going to get away with this. If you take a look here he's comparing himself to Carolyn Flack. His situation may lead to another Carolyn Flack. And let me tell you, there have been people dragging that assertion. And it's a very delicate situation because with anyone, you don't want to question what they're saying. But it is a pretty terrible thing, a very awful thing if they're only saying that, if there's any remote possibility that they're dragging Carolyn Flack's name into this just to save themselves. Now, if you look there on the right, one of the squaddies put that together, not necessarily related to this situation. Hey, Lauren Brown. But they put that together to show you how within a very short period of time, that is from that guy from the Heritage Foundation. That is like, I think, you can barely see it here, but I think those dates all kind of line up within like a few days of the same week. And it's like an obsession. It should not even be legal, if you ask me, for someone to be that I guess fixated on one person. Let me see. I'm going to expand that here so I can see the dates. Oh yeah, like I can see that. Like I can see that. Let me see. No, I can't see it. But wait, can I? Wow, even with the glasses, I can't see it. Okay, December 16th. I see the 15th. And it's all from that Heritage guy. It's all from that Heritage guy. All within a short period of time, all those tweets. And that was when, of course, the Sussex docuseries was number one, and for some reason, uh, he was tweeting about Oprah back on December the 15th, 2022. All of that in a very short period of time. Like there's nothing else going on God's green earth. That's all he had to talk about. That is what's so jarring about the way the Sussexes have become the focal point for some of these very hateful tweets and comments and such, is because you would think that there was nothing else to speak about. And if you guys remember from yesterday, part of the thing that they were saying is that, well, he's not running for public office, he's not a government minister, and yet this just seems to keep going on. Well, I wish they would apply some of that logic to Meghan's situation, or even to Meghan and Harry's situation. Yes, it does seem to be without any type of end, but I could easily say to anyone, apply that same frustration to what the Sussexes have been going through. And then, listen to yourself. Well, okay, I'll let you listen to Phil again.
And this is how Caroline Flack felt. And it didn't stop. And I know I've done something wrong. I know I've done something wrong. I've owned up to doing something wrong. But her friends texting me this morning saying, mate, this is relentless. When is it going to stop? What's the agenda? When is this going to stop? And this is how Caroline Flack.
I wonder how Meghan's friends felt. I wonder how Meghan's mother felt. I wonder how just about anybody felt in that same situation where you are witnessing someone that you know and love, someone that you don't recognize from those horrific headlines, being hounded and lied about, being set upon by some racist members of the British tabloid media. I wonder how they felt about that. Or does anybody even care? But let me show you how this gets worse. Take a look at that. Carolyn Flack's mother sends message to that person after he compared himself to late Love Island star, and she accuses ITV of learning nothing from her daughter's tragic death. Miss Flack's mother, Christine, was interviewed on BBC Newsnight last night. And so she is somewhat, oh God, I hate to even say this, but she is reaching out to him and hoping that he doesn't do anything silly, she said. And also, she's hoping that the young man that's part of this story, that he has people around him. But my frustration, and God bless this woman, she has been to hell and back. But my frustration is, where was all of this support for Meghan? Where was all of this support for Meghan? If I recall, did not the Sussexes say that they thought that the big take from their Oprah interview would be the impact on Meghan's mental well-being and how it affected her, the thoughts that she was having? But instead, all they could think about is who's the racist. And technically, they never used the word racist. Just like they never asked for privacy. They never said privacy was a stated reason for leaving. I don't recall them ever saying that anybody in the family was racist. That was something that took on a life of its own. So, as much as I sympathize with Carolyn Flack's mother, I'm like, this is just what the spin doctors were hoping for. This will give them the opportunity to. He's not done. He's not done. He'll be back on television. I promise you, he will be back on television. Everything is being said, and nobody is taking them to task for it. No one who's interviewed anyone so far has actually, asked the right questions in the right way. And so the public opinion is going to shift to a majority of people saying that, oh, it wasn't so bad. And he will be back on television. Trust and believe. He'll be back. Elaine Parker, thank you so much for the super sticker. And thank you for watching Royal Sussex. I feel really, really frustrated watching this because they are getting away with it. Black Queen says, listen to the fragile, mediocre white male, the nasty person can dish it, but crumble when they get a taste of their vile medicine. Yeah, yeah. Uh, you know, I listened to I want to say I heard the entire interview, but I listened to it on the Twitter. Someone was actually playing it in the on the Twitter, and as I listened to it, I was just, the same guy that did the thing about the two princes on BBC. He's the same person that interviewed him. He's all bark and no bite. There's nothing. His interviews have no punch. As an investigational reporter, he is a failure, a complete failure. Nothing he does have any punch to it. And certainly he opened up the door and just let him walk right out of this interview. Um, Everything in this interview was done on the monster's terms. Everything. And I think that Carolyn Flack's mother is a very, very sweet and very thoughtful person, in spite of everything that they have put her through. Is I hate to say it, but it almost seems like she just doesn't get it. It's like she doesn't give it the and you know what? I'm not going to judge her, because if that's what gives her peace, if her way of looking at this gives her peace, because it is her child, not my child. But this is not helpful. This is not helpful. This is giving the spin doctors, unwillingly giving the spin doctors exactly what they want. This will help to define the path forward. Yep. And I'm telling you, it was a very well orchestrated interview. It was a masterclass of talking yourself out of it. So um, all he needs to do is stay in character and buy time, because the media is giving him everything he needs. They're giving him all the tools to make it back onto television. I don't know where he'll end up, but he's getting all the tools. I guess it really hinges on what the young man has to say. And if he hasn't said anything yet, I don't suppose there will be anything. And just like so many other people, this is going to get completely buried, and we won't hear much about it in no time. So I'm gagging at the thought of it, but it seems as though he's winning. Thus far, it seems as though he's winning. He's got all of the big mouths on his side, and if that's not enough, then you have what's her name, Hammond. Now I can't. Allison Hammond. Now you got her on television crying, and this one is, I don't know if he's doing some kind of Dr. Spock or Mr. Spock type of thing, but This is a masterclass, you guys. Pay attention. Pay attention. If you ever need to call upon these resources, pay attention so you'll know exactly what to say and exactly what to do. And if I'm correct, isn't it true that that monster is paying for that young person's lawyer? That he is using, or are they using the same lawyers? I thought I heard someplace that they had the same barristers or whatever. So if that is the case, if that is the case, oh, you know what? I heard I believe that that monster said no. I'm pretty sure I heard them ask that question directly about that, and they said no. So I don't know if that is the case, but I think they referred to it as a super injunction. But from what I hear, no. I think that, no, I don't think so. From what I heard so far, if you guys know better, please mention it. But I don't think there is one. If you watched the interview and you heard it the same way I did, from what I'm to understand, that there is not anything to prohibit the young person from speaking out. So, and when asked about a taxi back and forth to the studio and some other type of favors, no, that I can't remember how they answered the question, but yeah, no. Oh, okay. Thank you, Joyce Bose. I thought I heard that. I thought I heard that. But they are using Carolyn Flack's mother. They are using her. I don't know if how, you know, if she volunteered, but she has been called upon on several occasions to give cover to people. And this is yet another instance where she probably unwittingly has given cover to people, just by being so thoughtful and so kind, and you know, and of course, as she said that she hoped. But you know what? Now that I think about it, I don't remember her coming forward when it had anything to do with Megan. I'm trying to think, because this is like the second time, I'm sure the second, maybe third time that I've seen this type of scenario. And she was on before about something, and I'm trying to remember if it was about Megan or was it about someone else. But yeah, I hate to say it, but it just seems like this is going to be a very short-lived, and it's going to make a lot of money. And of course, get this: what happens next week? Harry goes to court. The story may start to disappear at that point, unless there's something else that comes out. So, what a perfect timing for all of this to happen. You have Pride Month, and of course, one of his bullet points was, well, you know, if this was not one man and another man, it wouldn't be this much fuss, even though the power dynamic between the young man and the older man, if it was a young man, or should I say, young woman and an older man, I think it would still be frowned upon by most people. However, you know, he's making it seem like, oh, I'm the victim. By the way, it's Pride Month. I'm the victim. Oh, by the way, did you know it's Pride Month? But I tell you, one question that really, really stuck out was when um, that interviewer, who I think lacks any type of oomph, he asked him, um, when was the first time that the monster had experimented with another man? And he said, well, this interview is not about that. It's about this particular situation. So, in other words, I'm not answering the question. I'm not answering the question. So he did ask them, how long did you know and what have have you ever, and he didn't want to answer that question. Now, I believe that if that question is ever really explored, who knows where this will go. Black Queen says, Carolyn Flack's mom, bless her heart, she's too good. They literally bullied her daughter, and now they are dragging her name to justify their demonic behavior. Why is she allowing this? I don't think she knows better. I don't think that I think she's a very sweet person. And I think that she believes that this is helpful to people that finds themselves in a similar situation. But the way he worded things, he's obviously, okay, I'm going to say allegedly, he has been coached by a lawyer. Very good coaching. And the way that the conversation flowed, yes, I know he's a broadcaster. I know he's used to being on his marks and such, but still, this was exceptionally well polished. It was very well polished, and it was as though I was trying to see if he was reading a teleprompter. It was very, very well polished. I don't think a Grammy, not a Grammy, but an Oscar winning actor could have done as fine a job. It was Oscar worthy. People's Choice, BAFTA, all that. Great job. Great job. Janet Lavalley says, as long as they keep it over in the UK, that nonsense will never fly in the USA. We would have been calling this for what it is, something else. Exactly. Yep. And that is the point, is that there is plenty protection being given by the tabloid media, and I'm afraid it is going to just fade into obscurity. And because I've seen, now maybe they just picked the right people, but a lot of people that I've seen, a lot of the comments that I've seen, seems to believe that this person is worthy of another chance. Alma Andrews, thank you so much for the super sticker. And thank you for watching Royal Sussex. Happy Saturday to you. So, well, Gail and Nita, they're all broken and they have no reason and there's nothing for them and all that kind of stuff. But yet they gave a tour de force performance. Yeah, very convenient, isn't it? Very convenient. Oh, man. Well, like I said, the Sussexes thought that would have been the big takeaway from the interview with Oprah, but instead, they're still trying to figure out who's the racist. Okay, I think yes, I'm going to go on to another topic. I haven't done a breakbeat in a while. Let's do that. Harry and Williams, by the way, I fiddled around with the wording. Harry and Williams' sweet picture removed from display at National Portrait Gallery. The sweet portrait of, okay, I didn't change it down there, I should have, of Harry and his brother in happier times will no longer be on display in the National Portrait Gallery when it reopens this month after a $35 million, is that refit? Yes, I think it's refit. Yeah, so they just spent $35 35 million pounds to refit the gallery, whatever that means. And so they decided to take that sweet portrait, as they call it, away. And fine. I don't like it because, like a lot of those classical paintings, if you know the language of classical works, anytime you have someone standing high like that and you have someone on a lower level, that it denotes, of course, rank or superiority or whatever. So they put Harry in a very subservient position, even though we all know who's the real king in that image. So for that reason, I'm not rather fond of it, although I think Harry looks amazing. But yeah, so, and of course, just as I had to fiddle around with the wording up there, I also had to fiddle around with the painting, which I'll show you in a moment. But of course, I think it was back in 2012 when they first displayed it. Look who's there trying to hold a trying to hold a conversation, doing their level best to try to, share a thought or two. Well, but it looks like they're with child in this particular image. But yeah, so as you can see, the curator of the museum, I suppose, looks absolutely puzzled. And the other person, who may also be a curator, as you can see, she's trying to not make eye contact, lest she should be drawn into a non conversation as well. So she decided to do just like the. She decided to do just like that lady at the wedding yesterday. Try not to make eye contact, and maybe she won't talk to you. See what I mean? You'll notice that people do that a lot around her. If you don't want to get drawn into a conversation about the early years and something else that may be unintelligible, the best thing to do is to just go very dead eye and look straight ahead, and maybe she won't take notice of you. So I suppose that's what the lady here is doing. Is she's trying to hide in plain sight. So, and of course, we reached out to, well, you know what we did.
Obviously, it'd be. I would love to have met her, and she's obviously she's an inspirational woman to look up to. Obviously, on to this day, and going forward and things. It is. It's a wonderful family. The members who I've met have achieved a lot, and very inspirational. So yeah, I do.
Yes, of course you do. So, and with that, you get a little jazz hands, and before you know it, just try not to, ask for any examples, or don't try to ask any questions, and it too shall pass. So there you go. Now, I saw the portrait and I thought to myself, or the painting, I thought to myself, why not why not give it a little age progression? So rather than that rather striking young man that obviously looks so much like his mother, after a while, those Hanoverian, what is it? Sax Colbert Girdle genes kicked in, and of course he changed. He changed. So yeah, gone is the spinster genes, and out comes that Hanoverian Sax Fifth Avenue gene, and there it is. Oh, it looks like I got a Cash App. Let me see here. LH, thank you so much for the Cash App. And thank you for watching Royal Sussex So yeah, I had to fiddle with it just a little bit. So I think I'll post that on the Twitter later, just to remind people that that the National Portrait Gallery, if they had any idea of going to see that, is not there any longer. So okay, and a little update on the Little Mermaid, the little movie that could or should or would has surpassed the 1989 profits. So as you can see here, back in 1989, the original movie in worldwide sales in its first week managed to exceed $250 million dollars, and so they have surpassed that, or should I say, they have surpassed it. Wait a minute, yeah, with $250 million. So they have passed that. So there you go. Now, what did I do with the slide? I'm missing the slide. Oh Lord. I wonder if I put. Okay, hold on. Now I'm missing the slide, and I know I put it up there, unless I put it on a different day. Hold on. That is so interesting. Wow, what did I do with it? That is so weird. And I know I had it. I saw myself make it. Okay. Wow. Huh. I don't know what I did with it. And I know I put it up there. Oh well. Anyway, I have a video that goes with it, so I'll just do that and I won't worry about the slide. That is so strange. And I thought for sure, I'm looking through it again. I'm just like, yeah, it's not there. Oh, there it is. There it is. I forgot there's a big gap in between. Phew, I got nervous for a second there. So I don't know if you've oh, you can't see it yet though. Okay, let me do it. Let me do that. Why is there such a big gap in between? There we go. So there's the slide right there. This happened. Now, trigger warning, this is going to really make your blood boil. So picture it. New York City, spring, summer 2023. Some young lady, an artist that sings, is walking down the street, and she loves to wear her colorful hair. So she's wearing one of her favorite wigs. And all of a sudden, without any provocation, without any provocation, somebody has decided to disturb her peace. Enter somebody. Where is he?
Sir, for what reason? For what reason? For what reason did you take my wig off? Because what made you think that was the good thing to do?
No,
what made you think that was the good thing to do?
Please.
For what? For what? Why did you do that? What makes you think that that's okay? Is that funny? Is that funny?
Apologize.
You don't even fucking know me.
No,
Do you hit women or something?
Please.
Why did you take my wig off and keep walking?
There's no reason. Just apologize.
For what, sir? Why?
Can you just apologize and leave?
Why?
Just say it.
Why did you take my wig off and just walk away?
Please.
Because what? Why?
Please.
Nah, have a nice one. Have a nice day. You're nice as him. He needs somebody to beat his. I'm dead ass.
He dead pulled my whole wig off. Like, I just got home. I'm safe. But look at this. If you pull the wig, it looks like it's gonna come off, right? And then it gets stuck because it has combs in it. So he ended up pulling my hair. In order to officially take it off, you have to then yank down and then try your best. It's still not coming off. He dead pulled my whole wig off. Like,
so, but something happened that might give you a little, peace. Right here, leader Burkon Kaloa Silverstein LLP. Practice area, our team contact. This is a screenshot, obviously. Anthony Peter Orlich, I saw his name someplace else, associate. Well, guess what? He don't work there no more. This attorney that was out with his friends got terminated. Yes, he got terminated. We have been made aware of a video of a non-work related incident involving one of our associates circulating on social media. We take seriously any inappropriate behavior by any employee, whether inside or outside the workplace. This associate is no longer with the firm. He got fired. He doesn't work there anymore. Yes, gone. It didn't take, but there was another follow-up video. It only took, I'll tell you what happened. The girl got home. She filmed the video saying that, I'm home safe. And what she didn't show was her walking down the street crying because she was so upset that someone had invaded her peace of mind, invaded her space like that. And then, of course, she went to bed. When she woke up later on, she found out that people had replied to her video, and someone who is an attorney said, "We found your guy. You need to make a police report." So she did make a police report, and the police told her to go to the emergency. And she didn't really want to, but on their advice, she did. So it turns out that the way he violently yanked her head caused a bit of tension in her shoulder and neck, and they gave her some muscle relaxers. She said the area over her shoulder, I think it's on her left or right side, is rather tender and very tense. It's like having been in almost like a whiplash. And I saw the video. The local news station actually found a surveillance video of this guy yanking her, and it was very violent. He could have knocked her to the ground. That's how violent it was. When he yanked her, her head went all the way back. And to look at it, it looks painful. So she probably is in a little more, as we older people, and we all know that it doesn't really hurt until the next day. She's probably in a little more pain now than she was at the time, as everything relaxes and tries to go back into place. But it was rather violent, and all he had to do was apologize, and maybe it would not have gone any further. But he did not. Just maybe, but he did not. And that only makes a bad situation worse. So I'm going to show you guys one more time. If you're a little jarred about, you find it jarring rather, then just give it a minute before you come back.
Sir, for what reason? For what reason? For what reason did you take my wig off? Because what made you think that that was the good thing to do?
No,
What made you think that that was the good thing to do?
Please, please.
For what? For what? Why did you do that? What makes you think that that's okay? Is that funny? Is that funny?
Apologize.
You don't even fucking know me.
No, please.
Do you hate women or something?
Please.
Why did you take my wig off and keep walking?
There's no reason. Just apologize.
For what, sir? Why?
Can you just leave?
Why?
Apologize. Just say it.
Why did you take my wig off and just walk away?
Please, please.
Because what? Why?
Please, 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 please.
Nah, have a nice one. Have a nice day. You're nice as him. He needs somebody to beat his. I'm dead ass.
He dead pulled my whole wig off. Like, I just got home. I'm safe. But look at this. If you pull the wig, it looks like it's gonna come off, right? And then it gets stuck because it has combs in it. So he ended up pulling my hair. In order to officially take it off, you have to then yank down and then try your best. It's still not coming off.
I saw the actual video, and it's like, if you ever seen a person who has been punched in the face and the way their head whips back really fast when they get sucker punched, it was like a sucker punch. So when I tell you that seeing her talking about it and seeing the actual video, she's walking in the opposite direction. So he grabbed the hair and pulled it toward the direction he's walking, and it did not want to come off because of the combs. And so that is what caused, I think, a lot of pain, not to mention the shock of it. That is shocking. So let's see. Thank you so much for the Cash App, CD. Thank you. I don't like to say the names, of course, but that's the initials. Thank you very much for the Cash App. So I tell you, every time I look at it, I'm starting to get just a little bit more like angry about it, because I haven't seen it. And then when I saw like the local news had found the surveillance, and I'm like, ouch, yeah, that anyway, you guys, Pedal is coming on soon, and I'm almost done. I have just a couple of more things to point out to you guys, and then I am going to join you guys over at Pedal, who starts in about 20 minutes. I will multitask while I make my supper. Today is, I think it's her 72nd birthday. Today is Dr. Jill Biden's birthday, and she got a lovely yellow rose from President of the United States, and the one who gave the Republicans in Congress the what for. The one who gleefully signed into law that debt ceiling thing today. Yes, that Joe Biden, President of the United States, the one that, took them to the cleaners. I mean, literally took them to the cleaners. That President Joe Biden. Anyway. Also, there was a birthday greeting from First Lady Michelle Obama. Happy birthday, Jill. We are all so lucky to have such a kind and thoughtful First Lady of the United States like you leading the way. So grateful for your friendship and wishing you a wonderful birthday. How sweet is that? And that was from Michelle Obama, First Lady of the United States. And also, while I'm saying this, you guys, try to figure out what these ladies are doing. Try to figure out who they are and what they're doing. Let's see. Lizzie, 34. Thank you so much for the super sticker, and thank you for watching Royal Sussex. So Well, have you guys figured it out yet? Who are these ladies? What are they up to? And yes, I would say yes, a couple of them seem like they are on their way to a okay, at least a couple of them look like soccer moms. And then I would say one of them looks like they got out of a women's prison. No, actually, one of them looked like they got out of a men's prison. And then anybody? Come on, y'all. Anybody? Anybody? Pilots? Graduation? Let me see. FBI agents? Come on, the one in the plaid looked like she can repair a diesel engine. Come on now. Y'all can do better than that. Nobody, huh? Well, there's one of you that's pretty close so far. One of y'all pretty close. Bank robbers. Not quite. Not quite. But you're close. Not as close as someone else, but you're close. Winemakers. Huh. Navy captains. Oh man, this is fun. Construction, huh? Construction workers, Joanne Baker says. Empires. Oh, this is fun. This is fun. Helicopter pilots. Nah, not quite. Not quite. Okay, I give. Oh, you're kind of close. You're kind of close. In a historic first, President Biden's recent visit to Air Force One Academy in Colorado Springs was supported by an all-female transportation team. So they, of course, are the United States Secret Service. I repeat, the United States Secret Service. And there they are in front of one of those Hercules air transports. That is the plane that takes the presidential helicopters and motorcade. Those planes are the ones that takes all of the ground support that the president needs wherever he or she goes to visit. So this is the first time that the transport team was all female. So there they are taking a picture in one of those, I think it's a C-17 transport. Who's in the Army? Isn't that a C-17? You know, I'm an airplane enthusiast. But yeah, so that is the group of them there. And then if you take a look here, you can see them standing in front of the beast. Isn't that cool? Girl power. Isn't that cool? So this was a historic first, yet another historic first for President Joseph Robinette Biden. I don't know about that Robinette part, but oh yeah, that's the biggest plane that the Air Force has is that C-17. Oh, is it a C-130? Oh, I stand corrected. C-130. That sounds C-130I. So I means intercontinental, right? That means it's a long range plane. C-30I. C-130I. Okay. Thank you. So there you go, you guys. That is the all-woman team, girl power team transport unit. I love the one in the middle with that head tilted back like, I could take you. I could take you. I could take any of you. I love her. She just got that little extra oomph. It is kind of funny that two of them is not smiling. That is kind of funny. But all right, you guys. Good night, Connie Balmer. Good night, everyone. I will see you all tomorrow. Again, I am going to join y'all over at was Pedals, Facts and 2 Cents. I think I put the link up there. Oh, I didn't put it at the top of the chat, did I? But yeah, Pedal is on, or she'll be on very soon. Let me see. 20 minutes. She'll be on in 20 minutes. Now that's weird. How is this possible that I'm looking at Lydia over on Royal Sussex and already she's Alma Andrew, Rosa Roberts? What? Annie Bullard? What is going on? How is that possible? How can y'all be in two places at the same time? I haven't figured that out yet. But anyway, all right, get some rest, everyone. I will see you all tomorrow. Let me see. And of course, we always end with our queens, and we'll be looking for the last word, the last word of the day. Let me see here. Oh, it's multitask. Is that what they call it? Okay. I feel you. Oh, I slept so good. And then when I thought I was rested, I actually took another nap. I couldn't believe it. I said, oh no, I'm not going to fight it. Good night, nurse. I'm taking another nap. Oh, Special K's coming on, huh? So if you're saying 10, what time is that for the rest of us? Oh, 10 a.m. Okay, I bet you that's 9 for me. 9 a.m. Anyway, check your local listings so you guys can find Special K. Let me see here. Oh, yeah, I don't have the, what do you call it? All right, so thank you very much. And the last word for us today is bow. Thank you, Lauren. That is so profound. I don't think I had that in me. Y'all heard of bow. Okay, love you guys. I'm going to cue Ginger Avenger, and I will see y'all tomorrow.
Had the most inspiring morning with the Albury Centre discussing all things mental health. It is so important that we all talk about our feelings and emotions, the good ones and the more difficult ones too, because we all have them. The theme for this year's Mental Health Week is anxiety, and the Anna Forrest Centre have co-created an animation and resource toolkit to help young people understand, normalise and manage the feelings around anxiety. It is a fantastic resource and one which I'm sure we could all use to help support our mental health.
I love it when I'm right. It's a C-17. I thought so, but I didn't want to correct nobody. But I love when I write about stuff like that. You know, it's only a couple of times a year that I'm right. So when I am right about something like that, I am just going to run it into the ground. I was right. I was right. I was right. And everybody know I was right. You know I was right. Everybody know I was right. So, as H. Knight said, I looked it up. You're right. The transport plane is the Boeing C-17. The C-130 is for transport of people. So I was right. Somebody else was wrong. And I might be right again in a couple of more years, but however long it takes, I'll be right about something again. I was right. That's all that I care about. I was right. I was right. I was right. I was correct. So it doesn't matter. C-17, C-130, it's not that important. It was just a anyway, but I was right. So thank you, H Knight. Not that it's important or anything, but I do like to be right. Okay. Uh, oh man. Okay. As I was saying, it's a C-17 transport. Oh man. And of course, standing in front of the plane is a let me see. There is a kleptomaniac, a soccer mom, a diesel repair specialist. I don't know, but those are some rough looking sisters there. Okay. Uh, okay, y'all, I'm going to go. So I see y'all over at Pedals. Yeah, those jazz hands, they're way out, won't they? I was looking for some jazz hands. Oh, man. All right, see you guys. And, oh, there it is. In broadcast. Okay.